Coming here for marshes and flooded rice fields are finding them dry once they arrive. And now scientists are putting GPS trackers on some of those birds to learn how they're reacting to that dry environment.
In tonight's Fox 40 Focus Report Bird's Eye View, Dennis Shanahan explores where have all the birds gone.
It's the music of the marsh. Every winter, millions of migrating birds flock to the Sacramento Valley. The wetlands and flooded rice fields here are a stopping point for the birds along the Pacific Flyway.
A migratory pathway for waterfowl and shorebirds that are coming from northern areas, moving into the Central Valley and looking for spots to feed, to rest, and continue on their journey further south to warmer areas in the winter, and then heading back north again in the spring.
Samantha Arthur of Audubon, California says 90% of the region's wetlands have been lost to development over the past 100 years.
So that remaining 10% of wetlands is so critical in this area. And then luckily we also have rice that provides a complement to those wetlands. Here in the winter, when a rice farmer puts water on their field, they're decomposing the leftover rice straw, but it's also providing shallow habitat for shorebirds and waterfowl that are migrating through the Pacific Flyway. So it's a really important resource for those migratory birds.
But the drought of the past 3 years is shrinking the amount of wetland available to the birds. Many rice farmers, for lack of water allotments, especially along the Sacramento River, have had to let their land lie fallow. Acreage where birds would normally flock to feed is now dry and desolate. On this map, the blue areas in the valley represent rice fields that in a normal season would be intentionally flooded. And here's 2022, a massive loss of bird habitat. On top of that, many areas of natural wetland are shrinking. Here's a section of the Sacramento National Wildlife Complex near Willows that has gone completely dry.
Normally, the Central Valley will support over 8 million non-breeding waterfowl. This year, I think we're going to have a tough time supporting, that level.
Biologist Michael DeRico evaluates how wildlife is impacted by the changing conditions at the preserve.
The reduced wetland footprint and the reduced rice footprint has really impacted how the birds are using the Sacramento Valley. And actually acquiring the resources necessary to get through the overwintering period is going to be pretty significant this year.
And it creates long-term stressors on the birds. And the risk is also that they crowd into smaller areas of habitat and have increased disease transmission.
Or they simply don't get enough fuel to perform very well when they're returning north.
Rod Kelsey of the Nature Conservancy in California points out some of these birds travel 10,000 miles a year.
That takes a lot of fuel, and so when they don't have enough habitat, we expect they either don't breed very well or they don't survive migration, and that's what we're trying to get a handle on.
Audubon, California and the Nature Conservancy are two of several organizations working together to study the birds by putting GPS transmitters on a select sample.
So we're going to be able to see their annual cycle and whether they're having a hard time or not.
The question is, when birds come down from their breeding grounds in the Arctic, in Alaska and Russia, and they come all the way down here, and they're on the west side of the valley and there's no food, what do?
Biologist Luke Matthews of the California Rice Commission is helping manage a separate study with funding from the Department of Water Resources, tracking 160 birds of 4 different species.
Mallard and northern pintail, which are duck species, and then greater white-fronted goose and snow goose, which are obviously goose species.
We said, we need to figure out what are the impacts of this major change, something I've never seen in my 30-plus year career.
USGS biologist Michael Kazatza is a partner in the study, looking at the real-time data provided by these lightweight solar-powered collars and what are known as backpack transmitters.
Just sits on the bird's back like a backpack. We have kind of an elastic harness.
The data from these transmitters will show the scientists the impacts of the lack of food, water, and habitat when these rice fields are dry.
We're going to be getting this data for months and weeks and even years to come.
The study is just a few weeks old, but it's already revealing.
The birds come to the west side where they normally thrive. They're finding it dry and void of food, and then they just shift and they go to the east side of the valley, or some of them are going down into the delta.
The researchers hope the data will help policymakers understand the impacts of drought on bird populations and the role of rice fields as bird habitat. It's about having sound science to inform future preservation efforts and water allocations.
And so when you have that money to put towards good things on the landscape, you want to be able to focus on something you know is going to work. I think it'd be criminal for us not to do it, right? Not to figure it out while we can.
People come from all over the world, really, to come see the spectacle of migration here. Who wants to live in a world where all these birds disappear?
In the Sacramento Valley, Dennis Shanahan, Fox 40 News.